This is the Figure Complex Amazing Yamaguchi Series number 004 Spider-Gwen by Kyoto. The figure is the fourth installment of a series of super articulated, super detailed Marvel figures by Kyoto for the Amazing Yamaguchi line. One of the figures I was really looking forward to getting is this Spider-Gwen, and she is absolutely magnificent. I cannot stop playing with this figure and posing it around over and over. It is an absolute must-have for all Spider-Gwen fans or Spider-Verse characters, fans from the Marvel Universe. She is in the 1/12 scale. And scales pretty much as nicely with the other Marvel Legends figures. So this review is, we're trying to talk about the figure, talk about it in detail and all that, but the selling points of this figure, which I wanted to talk about later on, are the articulation. Not so much the details. Details are okay. Nothing, they're like Marvel Legends like details, but it's really the articulation, some of the gimmicks, and its scale comparison with the other Marvel Legends figures, and then whether you should buy it or not. Okay, so before we begin, let's, as always, talk about the packaging. Here it is. It's a great box. Lots of really nice layout of the artwork and Photoshop images of the figure, and that they sort of did it in like a articulated comic book art fashion. Very nice. Inside the box is a nice insert, which could be a diorama if you want it to be. It's got Robbie Rodriguez's artwork on Spider-Gwen from the comic books. Not that big of a fan of this kind of artwork. It was okay. The first few issues I was okay with it, but after a while I got tired of it, and I wish they'd, I mean, he did a wonderful job designing the character, but I wish they'd get other artists to do the Spider-Gwen book. But as it is, she's doing it, and it's looking good. The stories are great, and if you haven't picked up the comic book, man, you should pick it up. Okay, she comes with a flight stand, and this flight stand, you can peg it in to the back of her torso right there, or you can have it clipped on like the way I have it, which is I think I like that one better instead of clipping it on. It'll allow you to get her to other positions here and there. That's nice. It can hold other 1/12 scale figures. Very nice. Okay, she comes with a ton of accessories. Let me just see if I can show them to you without really overwhelming you with all this stuff. Okay. Let me take off the tray. She does come, well, she comes with this. This is a thwip, or a web line that's been just deployed from her web shooter. She also comes with this one. It's like a remnants of a web she just swung over with. Unfortunately, it just curves this way, and the peg is only on one side. So if you're following her momentum, the best position for this particular webbing is to be held by the left hand. So it's like swooping out that way, because if it were held by the right hand, which I will do later, it just feels weird and different if it's on this hand, like it's swinging this way, and that's a little bit of a limitation on these things. So she has that. Okay, take her off the stand. God, the articulation is just amazing. I'll talk more about that later. Now, let me just stand her up, and you can hear those Revoltech joints just really clicking. One of the things I noticed about the articulation, which I'll talk about later, it's so hard to find the prone position, the basic standing position, the plain vanilla position of the joints, and it took a while to really get her in a standing position, but for now, we'll just stand her in an awkward pose, just for the time being. I'll talk more about that in detail. Okay. Now she comes with other stuff. She has another of these just swung out web lines. That this is a nice one to have as well. She can hold this one in the right or left hand, but the left hand is still the best place to hold this one. And This is a nice one. It's a good one to have when she's just landed on the ground, and the web is just like flipping about behind her. That's a nice little accessory for that. She also comes with other pairs of hands. The ones that she had on in the packaging are the open hands, like this, very nice. She comes with a like a pointy hand right there, pointing hand. She comes with it's like sort of a gripping hand. I think this is great for the cell phone gripping hand. She comes with another thwip hand, with the left hand, a pair of thwip hands, and she comes with this one. This is another one, a gripping hand, maybe for the webbing or for the cell phone. And a fist hand, right fist hand that you can put the webbing on. So that's that. She comes also with a magnetic attachment. You can plug that on her back. Oh man, oh, that's pretty tight. Oh, it doesn't want to go in, huh? Okay, and then if you have a refrigerator or a metal panel, you can probably stick her. I don't have anything metallic right here, but you can stick that back of the fridge or front of the fridge or something like that. That's a nice little touch they had on that. Okay, other accessories, as I mentioned, she does have a cell phone, which I'm trying to get. It's such a small accessory that you could immediately lose it anytime. Like damn, it is pretty small. It says dad, so dad's calling her Captain Stacy, and she can hold it with this hand or this other hand. This is like the cell phone hand. We'll see if we can just do it, and I'll put that other gripping hand right here. So it's really thin, and I doubt if she'll be able to hold it properly. No, she can't. Maybe here. Oh, there you go. You can squeeze it right in, and it says hello dad. So that's nice. So I guess this is the hand that's really for that cell phone. So all right, pretty cool. Then she comes with an unmasked version, an unmasked head. It's not actually a head, it's actually a face. She also has these eyes, like squinty eyes. This is like her standard normal eyes. And she's got that weird, like surprised, shocked look, like, huh? Like raised eyebrow type of look. Let me get rid of this tray so it's not in the way. And it's kind of weird. The instructions say you just pull out the face, just like that, and then you can reinsert the other faces. And it's a little bit of a chore to do it, since this hood really gets in the way of doing so. So let's see. I don't want to show you the other face, but I do want to show you with the Spider-Gwen unmasked face. It's kind of hard to do at first, so it's just a very simple peg and hole thing, but the cowl really gets in the way, and you have to like sort of find a way to dig it in right there. So pop the Spider-Gwen. I wish it was just a removable head and then you pop the Spider-Gwen unmasked face, but if you want an unmasked version of this figure, this is it. Which looks kind of weird. It's like the hair is sticking out, but it's it feels like it's a mask and not really a head when you look at it closely. But far, it's fine, I suppose. But I do like this the standard one instead of just this one. So we'll put it back. Okay, so like that. So very nice. Now let's get into the details of the figure. Let's get rid of this. I think we can put back the fist right here. And then for this one is nice because you can actually have her hold the like the web line like that when she's swinging or something like that, but not really to that. Oops. I do like the whip hand better. And yeah, this is what for that, or this is just funny. That's not so bad actually. It does look fine. Okay, on to the figure itself. Talking about details, sculpt-wise, I guess it's okay. Proportions are correct, and so far so good. The Revoltech joints are just made so that they seamlessly, as seamless as they can be, don't break too much the silhouette, which is fine. The shoulders don't look as awkward as the Spider-Man figure I've seen in pictures. I don't have the Spider-Man figure yet. Maybe that's the last one I'll pick up, but this one, it doesn't look as awkward. Like it's not like super raised, or there's not too much gaps in it. So they're getting better at this, I think. Yep. Paint apps, I think they did it right. Her shoes, very nice paint apps. They don't feel like they're going to be scraping off or peeling off anytime. A little bit of issues here and there, like some excess teal paint going to the white here and there. They have to work on that. There's some nice paint under the cowl, very nice. The eyes. It's not perfect. You get to see a lot of imperfections here and there. With the gray into the white, understandable, but they did use very, very good colors for the paint apps. I love this pearlesque type of white. Oh, there's a bit of yellow there. Pearlesque type of white. It's not flat and all that. Very nice, very shiny. The gray plastic they use, it's not as flat. It would have been okay if it were flat like this, like a darker shade of gray or black. But other than that, it's pretty good. It's decent enough. It's Marvel Legends type of quality in paint apps, so it's fine. Okay, on to the articulation, which is really the feature of this figure. So the head is on several joints. There's like a swivel and ball joint on top, and on the bottom is another Revoltech joint. It'll allow you to do several expressions on her neck, so that's nice. She's got a ball jointed upper torso, a ball jointed waist. It's not just a swivel, it's a ball joint waist, so she can do very, very far or very angled ab crunch or sprayed out type of back pose. Sprayed out a pose that's just like leaning her back or arching her back. That's nice. She's got a double Revoltech joint right here on the shoulders, ball joint here, and a ball hinge joint here. Ball hinge Revoltech joint on the elbow, which you can do so many swivels and so many things. Just be careful when you're bending it, that you're bending it the correct way, not bending it this way. It has to bend that way. Again, Revoltech joint on the wrists. You can swivel it and you go up and down. It becomes pretty loose after a while by posing it here and there. Okay, ball jointed hip, thigh swivel, thigh hinge, Revoltech ball hinge knee. And again, I hear be very careful when you're bending it, because sometimes it's bending the wrong way and you got to be careful with that. Okay, and again, same Revoltech hinge ankle joint, rock joint, and some toe articulation, which is very tight. I like that. Okay, so you can get her in several places. Now, going back to my comment about the prone position of her thighs, it's a little bit difficult to find where her thighs should be or her hips should be in standing position, because it doesn't click anywhere, so it's very loose. So it's so easy to get her thighs in a deformed, articulated manner. And I'm guessing this is as close to the prone position that I can find. Just center it here and then like that, because I don't want any gaps in her when you're standing her up. So this is me just figuring it out. It's still a little bit difficult trying to figure out where things actually are for the thighs. Just for the thigh, look at that. I still haven't figured it out. I guess this is that's as close to the prone position as I can think. I can see it where it's going. Sorry. Okay, so yeah, and it's not a big deal. It's not a deal breaker or anything like that. It's just me nitpicking on the figure. And if you just want her in a normal plain vanilla standing pose, and can be a little bit difficult just to find that sweet spot. So yeah, that's the best I can do. And she's tipping over because still a bit of plastic there, my bad. Okay, she's tipping over because I haven't planted the feet firmly. So anyway, okay, so there. So other than that, the articulation is great. I have no issues whatsoever with this one. It's wow, it's an amazing figure, except for that particular incident with the thigh. I've tried finding it, but it's not that bad. The over articulation, I guess, the more than makes up for that. Now, does she scale with the Marvel Legends figure? So here is the Spider-Gwen Marvel Legends figure, and she's almost practically the same height and same size as this figure. She's got more hips though than this one. She's very thin. This one she's got a lot more, a fuller chest, fuller thighs and waist. I do like her proportions better. She looks more like a, well, she looks the age. She's a teenager back in her universe, and this one is more of like a early 20s type of female body figure. So I like this one actually. Here she is with Miles Morales, if you've been reading up on the relationship between these two. There you go. And an adult Spider-Man, not the Ultimate Spider-Man, Ultimate Universe Spider-Man. This is the 616 Peter Parker Spider-Man, Pizza Spidey. So she does scale nicely with the rest of the gang. And if you want a replacement for this Spider-Gwen figure, this is a very good replacement or stand-in. It's a little bit pricey. It's a Japanese import. If you buy it in Japan, it'll probably come out to as cheap as you can get it. It's $40-$45. If you get it outside Japan, it will probably cost you at least $50. $50 to $60 I think is the price range. Now I hear some hobby shops are selling it for $70, but $60 I think is a good price, that which includes already shipping. And I picked this one up at a little over $60, which is fine. And I really like it. I think it's well worth every penny you pay for it. This amazing Yamaguchi figures are just amazing. I cannot wait to get Wolverine and Magneto. The X-Men are coming, and when I mean X-Men, the mutants are coming to this line, and I would love to see more of them. I picked up Venom. I will review that afterwards. No, not afterwards, but later on. And yeah, just so much praises for this figure. Just an amazing figure. It'll obviously get a 10 out of 10 for me, despite all the issues I have with it, with the head sculpt and the hips and all that. But overall, all the features outweigh those small nitpick details, comments I have about this figure. It's an amazing figure. I hope you can find it at a good price. The figure complex, amazing Yamaguchi SpiderGwen by Kaido. Thanks for watching.